So I can kind of understand why the dealership put that crappy little drop-in liner in. I mean, this truck was used. It did have a toolbox. So, yeah, I can kind of understand them dropping that liner in there. It cost them 125 bucks. You know, little hole in the bed there. But, you know, this doesn't bother me because I am planning on having a bed liner sprayed in it. But the main thing was I couldn't get to the fifth wheel and gooseneck pucks with that bed liner in here. So now that I've got that out of the way, it looks like I'm gonna have to order a grommet and a cap. And a grommet. I think I have an extra cap in the truck. I found it under the rear seat. But for now, we need to get my fifth wheel hitch mounted in here. And the first part of that is going to be getting these caps out of the puck holes. Then I can go get my mounts and clip them in, and then we can start building up our adapters. Alright, so here's what we gotta do. These pins are threaded, so we're gonna run that nut back, give us a little room here. And then what we're gonna do is slide this down in the puck. And we're gonna give it half a turn. Alright. And then we can, now we run that nut down. And we'll probably have to come back in here with a wrench and tighten that a little bit better, but maybe hold that with a with one of the hitch pins. Give it a good tighten and tighten them down. That way they won't come out, and then we can build the rest of our hitch on top of it. So just real quick, you got to be sure you screw these collars down far enough that this thing, which sits on this ridge here, you got to be sure that it's down far enough that you can get your hitch pins through. That's why I was taking it off and messing with the with that collar. that adapter right there gives you what they call industry standard rails. So these would be the same thing that you would see mounted a little more flat in the bed of a lot of trucks. So now I've got an adapter that goes on this, and then we'll adapt from that to my Superglide. And this is the adapter that goes from the industry standard rails and allows me to put the Superglide in. The only thing is, either I missed it in the box, or they did not include the pins to attach this to these. So I'm gonna go look back in the boxes, and if they don't have them, I'll pick up some pins when I'm in town tonight, but I'll show you how this goes. So got these tabs welded on the underside, these 4 tabs there and there, and they slide into some of these square or rectangular holes here. And you see you got a short side here, and then you got another tab down there, and you got a long side. The long side on this goes to the back. So I'm gonna put this in the way it's supposed to be. Then I'm gonna go back and see if I have the pins in the boxes, and if I don't, I'll pick some up in town. And then tomorrow I will get my 5th wheel hitch mounted in here. Alright, so to get this guy in here, that last adapter replaces these. So I'm going to have to pull these pins, take these bars out, and then that'll sit on top of that adapter there in the truck. So let's get that done. So there we are. Got to polish off the rails and put some lube on it. And I closed up the jaws because I just wanted to make sure that when we turn this thing to the left, make sure the handle's going to miss my toolbox. And it just barely will. But there we are. So I'm gonna go see if this thing will hook up to that 5th wheel, and then I might even try to get it out from under the shelter today. But that's it. So we got Ford pucks to ISR adapter, we got an ISR adapter to a super rail adapter, and then my Superglide. So that's it.